Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. We've got some exciting news. So today, finally, we've got the answer we've been looking for, the speculation. When will the Legion Go 2 drop, and what will the price be? So let's get to that. And I also want to say thank you. I'm currently at 373 subscribers. So as I stated in my previous video, once I reach 500 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. So before we begin this video, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Hello everyone, this is Straight to the Point Tech. I'm back again with a new video. Let's talk about this Lenovo Legion Go 2. Let's get straight to it, right? Okay, so I just made a video yesterday, right? Talking about the Lenovo Legion Go 2, right? Or the day before, sorry. And I was talking about the price of it, what the price was possibly going to be, right? As far as what we've seen display-wise, we know everybody's been asking for VRR. We know everybody's been asking for it to have an OLED display. I just was getting into arguments on Facebook Marketplace with people in the handheld group because I was saying specifically, just off the strength of it having VRR, 144 hertz at that, having an 8.8-inch OLED display, this device is going to cost at least $1,200 to $1,300 or more. Everyone was saying no, 900, maybe 1,000. The ROG Ally X is $900. So you do the math. As you can see here, the OG Legion Go was $750. What makes you think having an OLED display and VRR, this device was going to be at least between 900 to 1,000? You're going to have to raise the price. And I was right. So as you can see here, right, we have the Lenovo Legion Go, right, for $1,300, right, basically, right, $499.99, so $1,349.99, right? We have that here, right? But the kicker is there are two different ones, right? So I don't want you to get confused. That's why I scroll down, right? So let's go ahead and select this one right here, right, real quick. And I'm gonna break something down to you, right? So this is the Z2E variant, right? The one that everybody really mostly is going to want, right? But there's another variant, right? Which is the actual regular Legion Go Z2. And we'll get to that one, but let's just talk about this one real quick because this is the one that everybody, I guess, should want, right? So this one right here has the Z2 Extreme in it. Now, I don't know if this one has the AI capabilities like the ROG Xbox Ally X. I don't know if it's going to have the Z2E AI chip. I think it should. It should because, you know, AI is taking over and it's here to stay. But, yeah, so this has the Z2E Extreme chip in it. This one also has RDNA 3.5 graphics. So everything's going to look plush and beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with the price, but this device is going to be really attractive, right? Of course, OLED display, 140 hertz VRR. We pretty much know everything about this device, right? But, right, is the price fair? Let's get to that. Is the price fair? Is this justifiable? Is $1,349.99 for this device justifiable? I mean, my thing is, given that Lenovo always just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. They don't, how can I say this? Like, they're not on it as far as like drivers, right? As you can see, for all those who have the Lenovo Legion Go OG, you know what I'm talking about. It takes Lenovo months to release the drivers for the Lenovo Legion Go. Why? Why when on the ROG Ally, which runs, by the way, you know, the same chip, just a little bit more powerful clockwise and a little bit more RAM, the Ally X to be exact, and even the OG Ally, right? We're getting AMD updates consistently, right? But for this device, it's like Lenovo takes forever. And I've said this in Reddit forums. I don't think the engineering team were actually gamers. Like, they didn't know, I guess, how serious or how much of a success the OG Legion Go was going to be, but it also wound up being an L, a loss on their behalf, because a lot of people went and exchanged their Lenovo Legion Go for an Ally or Ally X or something else. So that's Lenovo's fault. I blame that 100% on them, but they've got to get better in releasing drivers and working with AMD to consistently keep this expensive product updated and performing well. I know for a fact, it's going to have a 74 watt hour battery, as far as like, power and everything like that. Now, it does come with 32 gigabytes of RAM. Now, the other one, which we'll get to again in a second, comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, right? I believe, right? Don't quote me on it. But it is a lower price, but not that significantly lower. But this is the Z2 Extreme variant, and this is the one that everybody wants. Now, you're supposed to get at least 5 to 6 hours of battery life on this device. Do I believe that 100%? I don't know if I really believe that. I gotta, do test cases. We know if you turn that beautiful OLED up, which is 500 nits, we know if you also turn the brightness up. We also know if you are playing at 1200p, you ain't gonna get no 5 to 6 hours of battery life on this device. It's just not happening. That's just a dream. But we do know that this device is going to be performing extremely well, but will it last? Will it last long? Is it going to last? Depending solely upon how often and how well Lenovo continues to update it. That's the biggest thing. All right, now here, this one is going to be the Legion Go 2 8.8, 144 hertz. Same visuals as the primary, right? But this one is going to be scaled down, right? This one's going to have the Ryzen Z2 chip. This one is going to have 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I don't know for sure exactly if this is going to have the OLED display. I'm not sure. I believe it will. But, right, this one right here is probably going to sell more than the other one that costs a little bit more. And here's the reason why. Some folks can't justify paying $1,400 to $1,500 for this device, and I totally get it. But at the same time, also with this device, right, you're getting close to the same performance as you would, the main one with the Z2E, right? But the only downside is you have less RAM as well. So the first one you get 32, right, which is the primary one. The secondary one, you only get 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, with all of these AAA titles coming out, Unreal Engine 5, all these open world games, 16 gigabytes of RAM ain't enough. But I'm sure you'll be able to upgrade the RAM if you want to by doing some sort of upgrade. If you know what you're doing with the hardware, boom, you're good, right? But this, in my honest opinion, should be the primary price. I just don't understand. Why am I paying $1,400 for a handheld device that probably, not even probably, we're not going to say probably because it's a fact, that's not even on par with a 9060 XT or a 5060 vanilla or a 5060 Ti. That's the price you pay for an actual GPU. Now, most people might say that's just a GPU, but what about the mouse and keyboard? You can get if you want, you can get a onesie, twosie mouse and keyboard. You can get a cheap monitor from AliExpress or Temu for $80 at 120 hertz, right? And you're good, right? As long as you make sure economy-wise, you pick a decent CPU and you get the case. Still, right? You've got a GPU that's going to be stronger than this device. Why am I paying GPU prices for this device? I just don't get it. And I don't get that. I don't get that sale pitch that Lenovo came up with. Yes, I get the price is $1,000 plus because of the OLED and VRR, but not for no $1,400 for the Z2 Extreme. Not to mention the Z2E is not that significantly stronger than the Z1 Extreme. Let's just keep it 100. We've seen other videos. So is that fair? Is Lenovo really being fair with the price? Or are we going to use tariffs as an excuse? Or are they jacking up the price just because? I don't know. Now, what I will say is the pros, right? Again, we got pros and cons with all these devices, right? You see, when I'm looking at this device, specifications on the MSI Claw 8 AI, which is to me right now the #1 device. I'll say it. I'll vouch for MSI and Intel, but very attractive looking device. Don't get me wrong. Great specs. Even the secondary one, the primary one is a beast. You get a lot for that price, but the price ain't worth it for all of that. That's all I'm saying, right? We will only be able to tell how well this device runs when we put it to the test when it comes to AAA titles, especially those UE5 games, how well FSR works, right? How well FSR works in regards to frame generation. Like how will AMD optimize FSR coming in the future? How well will they optimize frame generation, right? We don't know. These are things that we don't know yet, but that will also justify the quote unquote price for this device, right? Depending on what kind of performance we're getting. If this device runs on par, right, with, and we know it's not, with an actual mid-level or mid-grade gaming GPU, right? PC gaming GPU, then, okay, I get it. But still, it ain't we know that. We know for a fact that that's cap, right? We just know, right? Now, the detachable controllers on this device, you can use those on the OG Legion Go, which I respect very much that Lenovo made them interchangeable. That's cool and all, right? But still, man, this price is just crazy. I called it, I spotted it, I knew it was gonna happen. But now, really, it's just a matter of who's gonna buy it. So it's like I'm going back to the video that I made 2 days ago, right? Should you get this device? Should you be in fear that your MSI Claw 8 AI Plus is going to be inferior? Should you be in fear that your OG Legion Go is going to be trash? Should you be in fear that your ROG Ally X is going to be garbage? Your OG ROG Ally, your MSI Claw 7-inch, your MSI Claw 7-inch 7-inch AI Plus. Like, you have so many questions going through your head, especially for those who plan on getting this. I know you're asking yourself, should I get it? Should I hold off? What should I do? Here is the good news, okay? The good news is, so the Xbox Ally X is releasing in, I believe, November, with a new version of Windows that will enhance your gaming experience, right? Now, I'm not sure if any of you know, I'm sure that there's been speculations and rumors, but this is 100% for sure. This is a fact, right? Let me just cut something straight. The new Windows 11 experience is going to be available on the ROG Ally X. The Lenovo Legion Go is going to be available on the MSI Claw and the Xbox Ally X. So this new gaming Windows experience is going to enhance everything, right? Those are the only devices that I know so far. Of course, obviously this as well. So you might be asking yourself, what does that mean for me? Keep your device. Keep it. The ROG Ally X is no slouch. The original ROG Ally Z1 Extreme is no slouch, right? The Lenovo Legion Go base model, right? The vanilla model is no slouch, right? The MSI Claw 8 AI Plus is no slouch. The MSI Claw 7-inch AI Plus is no slouch, right? These devices are going to get the same type of support moving forward as the Xbox Ally X and the Lenovo Legion Go Z2E and the Z2 as far as Windows, right? We know the iGPUs are different, but they're going to get the same support for gaming in conjunction with Steam. So it's not like you're spending your money and saying, dang, I'm on the losing end. That's not true. You still will be able to reap the benefits on your handheld of what's coming in the next couple of months, right? When the Xbox Ally X comes out, as long as you have a handheld device that came out anywhere between mid 2023 to late 2023, all of 2024, and this year, as long as it's a high-end handheld, you're good, right? You're good. You're good. You will still be able to play all your AAA titles, right? Granted, with some adjustments, you still will be able to play. So you shouldn't have any fear in that department. So anyways, y'all, let me know what you think. I predicted this. Let me know what you think. Are you going to get the Lenovo Legion Go 2 $1,400 variant with the Z2E? Are you going to get the one that's cost $1,999? Are you going to get that one? Do you think it's justifiable? Leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all think. Also, like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. My next video is coming soon. This is Straight to the Point Tech. I'm out. Peace.